What up? Make a quick message. This message is gonna be for black parenting. This is gonna be quick. We don't want to be on this too long anyway. All right. Where you think your kids learned all they mess from? Where you think your kids got all their idiosyncrasies from? Little Johnny can't focus in school. Little Sarah is emotional. Can't get her life together. She got too much emotions going on. Where do you think they learned all that from? They learned that from their parents and their environment. Let me give you a good brief overview. The first 9 months that a child is inside of the womb, they pick up on every vibration. As a matter of fact, until your child learns a conscious mind, because the conscious mind has to be shaped based off attitudes and beliefs and other dissertations like that. Until they learn to shape that conscious mind up on their head, their subconscious mind wide open. And some of you parents just allow anything around y'all kids. Hell, some of you parents are y'all kids' worst nightmare. Lazy ass parents, parents that don't get their shit together, parents that smoke and drink and do all the stuff that little Johnny started doing at 18. Or here go a crazy thing that I see. I got friends right now show no gratitude to their kids. They do the complete opposite of gratitude. They always nitpicking their kids, and they whoop them all the time. And we're gonna do a whole thing on whipping too, on whippings, and whooping them all the time, making your kids angry. Half the shit that you did, if somebody had a camera and showed you, you'd be like, God damn, I shouldn't have done that. But then you wonder why your kids get 14 and 15 and start expressing their emotions differently and start catching up on some of the idiosyncrasies and all the dumb shit that you did when they were younger, and some of your friends that you have around them. They start picking up on their idiosyncrasy, and the culture that you're a part of, they start picking up on their idiosyncrasy. Now you whooping them. To me, that's unintelligent. If I'm a lazy ass motherfucker and my kids, I'm sorry for the cursing. I'm gonna try not to curse. It's just, I'm passionate about this. If I'm a lazy individual and my kids grow up and be lazy, and then I start whooping them for being lazy, I should start whooping myself. Like, I don't know. Us as human beings, we come out of the womb rendered useless. We don't know nothing. Subconscious mind wide open. And what black people do, we tend to have a lot of negative stuff around. We say a lot of negative things as far as self-sabotaging our future and our children's future. I ain't got no money for that. Money don't grow on trees. You better eat all that. I'm gonna make you eat it. This little nitpicking shit that you do to your kids, so when they get older and they got all these limitations and shit, you need to look in the mirror, parents. It's half of the shit that your kids go through be your fault. You didn't program them to be the unsuccessful kids that they are now. Got them out here struggling, man. I got friends that are my age, and I'm looking at them. I'm like, dude, what happened to y'all? Like, I mean, I don't never say no names because I ain't trying to get nobody out there. I got a friend right now, man. He'll just tell you, yeah, I'm a lazy bum. And I remember asking him, I'm like, where'd you get that idea that you a lazy bum from? Well, my dad was a lazy bum. And they used to say it all the time. It's a normal thing. That's terrible. That's terrible. And everybody got it. Like I said on my last video, are you really you? When you turned 18, you was a product of your parents, your environment, the people your parents allowed around you, and your culture. That's what made you who you are now. So when you ready to start changing yourself, your central nervous system like, bruh, this ain't you. You get super duper uncomfortable and can't do shit. Half of the things, half of your successes, half of everything that you want to do won't get done. Why? Because you got your parents' idiosyncrasies, your parents' paradigms, the culture's paradigms, everything. Do you know that the city that you grew up in, if you really pay attention, that the job, okay, for example, the city I am in right now, through my understanding, 600 to 700 a week is probably the highest that some people would ever get on these regular jobs. I ain't talking about corporate America. No. So 600-700 a week is what you probably gonna get on these corporate jobs. Did you know that the money that you make right now is a reflection of behavior that's going on in your mind? $30,000 a year is a behavior. $40,000 a year is a behavior. It's a behavior that comes with this money. Where did you learn that behavior from? Your parents and your environment. Reflecting back on what I do, the amount of money I make is the same amount of money that my dad was making when he was younger, in my age, because he taught me the behavior. So if I ever wanted to change, I have to get uncomfortable, because uncomfortable will get you through a creative state. When you get creative and start thinking, because none of y'all think, I'm going to tell you that right now. If you was thinking, you wouldn't be in none of the situations you were in. You're not a thinker. You're just a blob of meat with your mom, dad, and culture's memory pulsating through it and triggering through you. I ain't met you yet. You haven't met yourself yet. You know why you ain't met yourself yet? Because you haven't developed yourself. Because you've been too stuck on what your parents and their environment been doing. And parents, if y'all don't get y'all life together, do not expect your kids to get their life together. If you grew up in an environment your kids' first 12 years was fucked up, don't expect the next 12 years to be okay, unless they on their shit and thinking. But 12 years of programming, and then the next 12 years you think they're gonna be okay, or you gonna whoop them for some shit that you programmed in them, telling them some, why did you do it? And the kid's saying, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Why did you do it? You knew not to do it. I know I didn't know how to do it, but I don't know. That we've all heard that before. When you did something and you knew you wasn't supposed to do it, but you did it anyway. The reason why you do that, because you got two sets of parts of your brain, conscious and subconscious. Consciously, you want to do the right thing, but subconsciously always rules over your conscious. The reason why I say that is your okay, because we're gonna eventually, I'm gonna have a little board and I'm gonna show y'all in the images so you can see it better. Let's say I have an X idea in my conscious mind. I want to go to school, but my Y idea in my subconscious mind is school is too expensive. I don't make good grades. I can't keep up the schedule with my work and all that. Guess who's gonna win? My subconscious mind, because my central nervous system has a pattern in it saying that I don't do well in school, this, that, and the third. And the subconscious mind will start sending signals to your conscious mind. Those signals have emotions attached to it, and a whole bunch of stories and words to it. And you'll reason yourself out of going to school. And you can plug that in. That X, Y idea and Y idea, you can plug that into anything. Another example can be, I want to get a $50,000 job. And remember, I said everything is a behavior. So if I want a $50,000 a year job, but my program inside or my behavior inside my subconscious mind is a $20,000 job. Well, guess what? I ain't finna believe myself to get no $50,000 job because I don't have the behavior for it. And the only way to change those ideas in your subconscious mind is to repeatedly do the complete opposite. And it's going to be uncomfortable as hell. But a lot of us got to do it because we've been raised by our parents. And our parents, most of our parents grew up in the 80s and 90s and stuff. And during that time, it was just nothing but 9 to 5s. And they didn't do shit else. Especially our black family. They didn't do, they all they had was church and jobs. The jobs were limiting. The church was limiting. We already know about the church. It's super limited. And I'm not here to bash nobody's religion or nothing, but if you look at that, look at Christianity and all them religions in face value. Let's look at it in face value. Who taught you it? Your parents, right? Without your parents teaching you that stuff, you would have never knew what that stuff was. Right? A lot of the beliefs in the Bible limit you. There's a lot of limitations that they teach us in that book. And they don't even read the book. There's a lot of limitations that they taught us in Christianity as far as black people. It really limited us. We had some self-sabotaging paradigms up in our subconscious mind to a point where simplicity is better than taking a risk and trying to be successful. So, but anyways, if you're in the range of 18 and 35, for the most part, your parents taught you a whole bunch of idiosyncrasies and a whole bunch of stuff that tore you up, and you gotta self-improve yourself. You cannot walk around here thinking that you know everything and you're gonna succeed. A lot of us are not successful because we got the wrong habits inside our subconscious mind that were taught by our parents and our environment. Especially black people. We got this weird ass concepts and codes and shit that we go by. And some of the stuff don't make no sense, but we go by it anyway. That's how I know y'all not thinking. If you were thinking, you would critically think, like, is this gonna work in my life? And if you say no, get rid of it. But a lot of y'all just run with the punches and stuff, and that's a problem. That's our problem. Then you got these kids. I call them kids, but you got these adults that know better, that ain't doing nothing for their children. Lazy, sloppy, got bad parenting skills, and still be whooping them like they really doing something. The nerve of you parents. The nerve of y'all. Some of y'all need parenting classes. Me, I feel like communication with your kid is very important. Me, I feel like teaching your kids that how habits are formed and how to form good habits are good. Me, I feel like whippings should be the last resort. You should communicate with your child with patience and try to find different ways of communicating with them to get them to do what you need for them to do without whooping them. I think black people resort to whooping first, then communication, and then that communication is intimidating to the child and it fucks up with their psyche. And the next thing you know, we got another group of retarded ass adults out here because their parents programmed them to seek violence first instead of communication, because that's what whippings are to me. I mean, y'all might look at it somewhere else as spare the rod, spoil the child. Y'all learned that from somebody else. I feel like if you can't communicate with your child and get him or her to do what you gotta do, and then it gets out of hand, then whoop them. But you gotta stay on your children, man. You gotta stay on your children. Stop throwing them in school and daycare and don't show them no attention and stuff, because they're gonna be looking and searching for their attention when they get older. Whatever you don't fix now, when you get older, it's gonna expand. Whatever you think expands. A lot of y'all don't understand the brain. That's why y'all going and walking around on just letting circumstances beat you up all damn day, and then you wondering why you got triggers and shit, and why you get mad at this, and why you got pet peeves for that. All that stuff started years ago, and it developed and it became a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get mad at so because so takes drugs. Something that he didn't do a long time ago expanded, and now he can't deal with life. Now he taking drugs. It ain't like he woke up one morning and said, I'm happy, but you know what? My happiness has brought me to drugs. That's not how life works, man. Your brain always throws stuff into your conscious mind trying to tell you to fix it. And if you don't fix it, and it's like, it start fucking with you. Like, honestly, a lot of your friends that you know that take crack and all that, their ruling state of mind is so terrible because they don't fix their problems that they rather slowly kill themselves. And it sounds crazy, but that's why I say mental health is very important. Why do you think a person picks up a cigarette and starts smoking it, knowing that what it does to you? You wasn't thinking. That's why I say a lot of us ain't thinking. A lot of this came from your parents. Again, it came from your parents. You pick up a cigarette and start smoking and knowing what it does to your lungs, knowing what it does to your health, but you do it anyway. See how consciously you know it's not good for you, but subconsciously you like, well, it's working out for me. And the reason why it works out for you, because you're so damn stressed, because you don't deal with your stress that goes on in life, that what you do is, when you're stressed out, your central nervous system goes haywire and it's hard to breathe. But for some reason, it ain't no reason, you got to inhale smoke, right? When you smoke a cigarette. You get what I'm saying. You get where I'm coming from, right? Just to do this, you're breathing again. So you associated a new way of breathing. And you see it so much in society, everybody doing it, is programmed in your subconscious mind anyway. So now you found a new poisonous way to breathe. And that's what your subconscious mind pick up. It picks up, oh, here's another alternative breathing when I can't breathe. And it gets strong. Tell a person that smokes cigarettes to stop smoking cigarettes. Why can't you stop smoking cigarettes? Consciously, you want to stop smoking cigarettes, but you can't. Because it's a program. It's a paradigm. But like I said, a lot of our issues and stuff came from our parents not getting their issues together and throwing it down on us. And if that's the case, self-improvement is the only way. Mental health is the only way. The hell with everything else. Focus on you. Get yourself together. Find out all your idiosyncrasies. Find out what you need to fix about yourself and fix it. You only got one life. And I'm going to tell you right now, your brain is not meant to make you happy. I don't know who told y'all that. Your brain was not programmed up to make you happy. Your brain was programmed to help you to survive. That's why you still remember some of your whippings as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Or little things that you did. You touched the stove. Your brain took the picture of the stove with the emotion, and it kept that inside of your subconscious mind. So every time, I'm not saying every time you walk up to a stove, it's going to shoot that picture into your mind. But that's just your defense mechanism. Remember, you don't remember, but in our primal days, we needed that. Oh, if I go over here and in this area is bears. I got bit by a bear right here, so it shoot the picture right there so you won't go over there. But your brain was meant to survival, not to be happy. So you got to use that to your advantage. So I already made this video too long. Hopefully y'all learned something. I'm trying to get build rapport with you guys, and I'm trying to make the world a better place by people being aware. Awareness and self-help and mental health is the most important thing. It's more important than your finances, because you can have all the money in the world, but if your mental health is fucked up, come on now. You see what's going on in Hollywood. So money ain't everything. It's that mental health has to be at number one top priority. So I'm signing out. Peace.